Alright, this video I want to talk about the most dangerous exercise out there. The one that kind of scared me the most, that almost really gave me some permanent damage. The main exercise that I would not recommend for the people out there to do. You could pretty much just skip this exercise completely. I feel that the exercise is not needed, especially for the martial arts. People that want to protect their health and safety. The exercise that I'm going to talk about is the deadlift. If you're not familiar with what the deadlift is, I'll show you how it's done and what exercise it is, so you're familiar with it. But it's an exercise that I recommend to just stay away from completely. I did this exercise. I normally don't do this exercise, but I did it maybe about over a year ago, and I put on like way too much weight, and I almost threw out my back completely. It was very scary. I had some sharp pain, and then from there I had a hard time walking. It would even hurt when I would bike. I couldn't bend over. There's a lot of things I couldn't do. I couldn't touch my toes anymore. Even getting down in the split would hurt. Just bringing my knee up to my chest would hurt. I lost an immense amount of flexibility. I couldn't do the butterfly stretch anymore. Kicking would hurt. Just like every little thing would hurt. Just like trying to pick up a pencil would hurt. And this is a very common injury. One of my close friends from high school got some permanent damage from the exercise as well. He's got like permanent arthritis. Bruce Lee himself hurt himself not from a deadlift, but from another exercise called the Good Mornings, and that's a lower back injury as well. The lower back is extremely important muscle, and that muscle can be easily injured. And once it's injured, you could have some lifelong complications. It could take you out of sports or athleticism for your whole life. So this is not a muscle group that you want to mess around with. There's a lot of other ways that you could train safely and train the muscle groups that need to be trained without doing this exercise. So mainly the exercise is mainly working like your legs, it's working your butt, it's working your shoulders, it's working your forearms, it's working your biceps, it's working your lower back, it's working your calves. It's activating a lot of muscle groups, okay? But at the same time, those muscle groups can still be activated in other types of exercises. So rather than doing the deadlift, I would recommend doing a barbell squat. Because when you're doing a barbell squat, there's going to be equipment that's going to help you keep it safe. Okay, barbell squat is a great exercise. You could do that one instead, and then you could do, obviously, the bench press is a great exercise, and that one's pretty safe as well. You could have a spotter and everything. Other things that you do is just basically using a Roman chair to work in the lower back with the Roman chair, doing Supermans, working the lower back, doing that. And that's pretty much all you need to do. I never had to do this exercise for pretty much my whole life. It's just that within about a year ago, I started to do the exercise, and that's when it really damaged my body. And it was a huge learning experience. Luckily, it wasn't a lifelong injury, but it really was a scary experience, and I want to basically give people this important tip to pretty much stay away from this exercise, because the thing is, when you're lifting weights, you want to challenge yourself. You don't want to just kind of use light weight all the time. Sometimes you want to use heavy weight. But the problem with this exercise is that there could be a certain day when you think you're feeling strong, but then your back isn't feeling right, or you just put on too much weight, and then all it takes is just one wrong lift, and then boom, then you could injure it. It's not like something where the bench press where you're trying to max out and you could try it, and then when you can't do it, somebody just helps you, and then they take the weight off you, and then you don't get hurt. Or the barbell squat, you can't do it, and you just lay down on the safety levers. But with the if you got heavy weight on this deadlift and it's too much weight, then all of a sudden, you try to lift it once, then boom, right there, the injury, nobody can help, nobody can spot you, nobody can do anything about that. You pretty much just injured it, by using too much weight, and then now there's no turning back. So I just recommend people to just stay away from this exercise altogether. It's not needed, um, especially in the martial arts. I mean, this is kind of like people that would do this stuff is mainly like football players and power lifters. They're different. They train differently. They're trying to set world records by deadlifting the most weight. That's them, but that's not what martial artists do. They don't need to lift, you know, deadlift a bunch of weight. That doesn't improve their combat in any way. It doesn't improve their health. It's just it's an ego trip, for these people where they just want to brag about how much weight that they can deadlift, but it's an extremely dangerous exercise, and I just don't recommend it. As far as heavyweight training is concerned, I just recommend the barbell squats and the bench press, and that's pretty much all you need. You don't need to do anything else. There's other exercises where you do like the clean and press. That one's extremely dangerous too. There's a video out there with somebody who tried to do like he tried to do a clean and press and then like a squat out of that. That's kind of what they do in like CrossFit, and then he ended up getting paralyzed because he dropped a bar in his neck. And you even see in the Olympics, somebody tried to do a clean and press, and then it was too much weight, and he ended up breaking his arm. Basically, lifting an immense amount of weight over your head is extremely dangerous as well. Probably even more dangerous than this deadlift. So there's certain exercises that we should stay away from, that I would recommend to stay away from, and it would be like the clean and press. It'd be like this deadlift. But I'm just demonstrate this deadlift for you real quick and let you see what I'm talking about and where the problems could be, where there could potentially be huge problems. So I'm just gonna come over here and put this downward so you can see what I'm doing. This is very lightweight because I weigh 145 pounds. This is 135 pounds. If you really want to do this exercise, what I recommend is just use your own weight or less. Not to use any more than that, because you could really hurt yourself. But basically, what they do is they just pretty much have their feet about shoulder width apart. They kind of hold it here. They keep their back straight, and then they just rise up from here. Okay. You can have your hands in the inside, or sometimes people like to have it on the outside. But I like to have it on the inside. And you just kind of use your legs to lift up. You don't want to use your back like this, but you come up like that and back down. And just do it again, okay? The other one that they do is called a straight leg deadlift. This one's dangerous too. They kind of just hold it here. They keep their knees straight, and they just rise up like that, okay? I recommend just to stay away from the deadlift, the straight leg deadlift. If you gotta lift heavy objects, that's why they got like forklifts. That's why they got like equipment for that, machinery for that. You're not supposed to be lifting a bunch of weight, like that. You're gonna really hurt yourself. And if you look online and you research people in these forums, like about lower back injuries, you'll see so many people that have hurt their lower back from lifting too much weight. That's like one of the most common injuries out there, and it's just a very dangerous exercise. I mean, really think about it. What's the practicality in it? There isn't. That's why we got, instead of like lifting a heavy object by yourself, just have somebody help you. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they got machinery for that. That's why construction workers use all sorts of like equipment. So this is the exercise that I just, I really, through my personal experience, through people that I've communicated with that exercise a lot, this is the exercise that we should just stay away from. There's a lot of other things that you can do to work out your body, to work out different muscle groups. This is an exercise you don't need to do. That's my opinion. So hopefully this video will help some people out there and maybe prevent some injuries.